Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's talk about it.
Whoa!
What's up, guys? Canadian Guy here, and I am excited, happy, and nothing but pleased to show you the new trailer for the brand new entry into the Crash Bandicoot franchise, Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get into it.
Crash Bandicoot, you banished me to the past. But all it did was give me more time to plan your doom.
How many times have you beaten this clown anyway?
3.
Really? Only 3? Funny. Seemed like more.
How you feeling? You alive? You breathing? Maybe turn up a little? Yeah, that was me when I first saw this trailer. Insane, right? I still get chills every time I watch it. Now, I will be releasing more later today. I have gameplay, an amazing interview, and a lot more in store. Also, for those confused on why the 8th game is called Crash Bandicoot 4, the interview that I'll be posting explains all of that and the fate of the post-Naughty Dog games. But I'm just going to point a few things out in the trailer that I thought is worth a quick mention. This won't be an in-depth analysis because I have one coming out later today, so make sure to be subscribed to see all that and more. Then we'll get to some amazing screenshots. Right away, when I saw Cortex, I immediately fell in love with him. His design is both menacing and goofy, an interesting balance to hit, but it also looks like a happy medium between the original Cortex and the Crash of the Titans Cortex. Crash looks absolutely cute and amazing. But one thing you can see on the bottom of his shoes is the pads of where his bare feet would go. Very much a callback to Mind Over Mutant and Crash of the Titans Crash, who also had that on his shoes. He's also a bit thinner, but seemingly much more expressive than his insane counterpart. Coco also got a redesign that took me a little bit to get used to, I will admit, but the more I look at her, the better she looks. We also have some screenshots to go through later on, so if you were like me and not really convinced yet on her look, just wait and see. Engine's head looks unsquished and now has what seems to be an anime boy haircut, and I'm all about it, making him less of a squished mad scientist and giving him a bit more charm. We also see 3 new masks, each of them giving Crash a new ability. Speaking of new masks, the last mask actually makes a joke towards the concept that this is the 8th game in the mainline franchise, even though Coco says they've only beaten Cortex 3 times.
How many times have you beaten this clown anyway?
3.
Really? Only 3? Funny. Seemed like more.
Again, I will be explaining in a video today how the post-Naughty Dog games work into this game. The last huge thing is that this game has Spyro reignited aesthetics all over it, and it just so happens that it's being developed by the one and the only Toys for Bob, which I did not expect but am pleasantly surprised, because the trailer looks hype and so does the game. Now, let's get to those screenshots. The first one is of Crash rail grinding down a vine through what seems to be a jungle village. With him is his trusty mask, Aku Aku, who also has a redesign with the soft textures. The fact that we can now rail grind is super exciting for platforming purposes. Next up, we got a wide vista of what seems to be a pirate cove, perhaps a little shanty hideout for swashbucklers. There might be an entire pirate-themed world that Crash can explore, and I am very excited for it. Next up, we can see Crash using the gravity mask to run on the roof of the level, which seems to be some space station of some sort. We can see Crash's entire outfit changes when the mask is placed on his back, creating a full body suit. But another huge focus is this villain. We can see he's blue and, well, thick, but the huge shock is his head. If you haven't even noticed yet, he looks like to be the same species as nitrous oxide, who is the main villain in Crash Team Racing. Are we finally going to see these worlds kind of collide? And will we see one of the levels be literally Gasmoxia? Or maybe a Gasmoxian mothership? The theories and possibilities are endless. In this image here, we have a wide shot of this prehistoric looking level, and we can really see how good the art direction is and the environments for this game. Half the time, half of these screenshots don't even look real, to be honest. Then, we got a full body shot of Coco and what seems to be a futuristic metropolis. She now sports goggles, a heart patch over her knee, and what seems to be some form of a utility belt. Now, this screenshot here is what sold me on Coco's design, and I think she looks amazing here. There's one small and awesome reference if we look down here though. We can see a sign and arrow that says Dingoes, which is a reference to the fact that Dingodile, at one point in the lore, owns a diner, which is seen in Dingo's Canyon in CTR. A really nice little nod to a subtle story reference. Here, we get a shot of Cortex smiling menacingly and being surrounded by monitors with, well, his own face on it. This looks like his new laboratory, and I can't wait to see more of it. In this screenshot here, we can see Crash is being chased by what seems to be a giant evil spirit of some kind. It might have some ties to finding the masks, as in the trailer, we can see the mask screaming and running away from this giant ghost-like creature. Here, we got another shot of Coco running across what seems to be a hologram platform. These drone bots seem like they want to help by, well, giving an express delivery of TNT, which is going to be an interesting factor and mechanic to deal with. The next image is of the boss battle between Crash and Engine. But what you might have not noticed is that these rings and linear platform looks like a guitar neck and is a reference to Guitar Hero, another IP owned by Activision that sold really well back in its day. We can see different color rings are different heights and will likely do different things. In this image here, we got yet another shot of Engine. I mean, it's not too different from the shot that we've already seen, so it's kind of hard for me to comment on it. Other than that, well, Engine still looks good. The next shot is of Crash, and again, this is just a gigantic flex on how good the game looks. Getting a good look at not just Crash, but the vistas around him. The art direction for this game is just too good. The next screenshot of Crash seems to take place in what seems to be a desert, but Crash is looking at the camera looking like he about to steal your girl, but we can see fur texture and more expressiveness from this version of Crash, and I'm all about it. This is one of my favorite shots. While it's not the best angle for Crash himself, the pirate vista and sights in this image just doesn't even look real. It legit looks like an extremely high quality concept art. There's so much life in this image and I can't get enough of it. And to think, this is a game that we're going to be playing very soon. In this image here, we got Cortex laughing menacingly in what seems to be another part of his lab, or maybe in another part of a specific lab-like level. We'll just have to see. And last, but certainly not least, we have the time mask showing up and being all smiley as ever to our little Bandicoot. Crash seems to be a little weirded out that it's not Aku Aku, but I'm sure he'll get used to it, right? Right? Anyway, that's everything I got right now. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, will be out for PS4 and Xbox One on October 2nd, 2020. I can't wait to see it in action, but subscribe and check out the channel because I have much more coming, including in-game gameplay. Stay tuned.
A huge thank you to all those who support the channel through Patreon and being a sponsor on the channel. If you'd like to help it out, check out the links in the description below, where you can buy some CGE merch or become a Patreon. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming and nostalgic content. Thank you so much everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video.